Hello everybody, this is Amanda, and I want to welcome you to my second introduction video, since the first video didn't go so well and I looked, of course, terrible. Like everyone said, your first video was horrible, and I knew it would be. That's okay with me. Done and dusted. And of course we did not get the channel name we wanted, which is fine. That was the Chihuahua leaving the room. He has little fingers, he can just open the door. Anyway, so we got the name that I guess the good Lord intended for us to have, which is a combination of my nickname that I've been using on Instagram for years and the nickname of our dogs when they beg. So Tat Mama 73, of course I was born in 73. I have 12 tattoos and I'm a mama. And then the Beg Brigade 3 is what we call our 3 rescue dogs that when they're begging for food. We call them the Beg Brigade because they do it so well. Anyway, so a little bit more about me. I don't just loom knit, which I've only been doing, of course, since about February this year. Very passionate about it, love it. But I also do some other things. I paint with acrylic paint. In the past, I've done diamond paintings, as you can see these up here. I did these up here. And I wanted to just, display a couple of those that I actually, kept. I gave a lot away when I got them done because I matted them to painting canvases so that they could go on the wall without having to be put on frames. And so I got a couple across the room that I'll show you later. But this video is about my acrylic paintings. We're going to do that first, and I'm going to introduce you to me as an artist, as a painter. I've been painting since 2016. That's when all my mental illness really came to the surface. After having a hysterectomy due to cancer in 2012, I had uterine cancer and had to have everything removed, which of course sent my body into complete shock and menopause. Hormone withdrawal triggered what I didn't know that was already there, which is bipolar disorder, PTSD, anxiety disorder, things like that. I didn't know that I had been living with that stuff for years. It was masked, I guess, by other things. And then when I had the sudden hormone withdrawal from my body, all of that stuff came to the surface, and I was suddenly unable to control my emotions or my moods or anything. And so I spent a little time in a mental hospital, about 4 or 5 days, to get the medication in me to get me going. And when I came out, all I wanted to do was paint. I had been experimenting a little bit with paint, but all I wanted to do was paint. And so I watched a ton of YouTube videos to learn how to do that. It's still a passion of mine. I'm not giving up on painting. I just took a little pause to get into loom knitting, and of course my love of yarn, everything yarn, because there's just something about holding a soft skein of yarn and just loving it. I don't know any other way to explain it. And look, I even put makeup on for y'all. It's been over a year since I put makeup on, but I felt pretty good today, pretty strong emotionally, so I put makeup on for y'all. Anyway, but I'm going to introduce you to a couple of my most recent paintings that I'm rather proud of. This one here is a cityscape, and I did have an inspiration picture that I used from Google, and I just worked with it until this is what I ended up with. I sketched it out after I did a background. Of course you gessos. I don't know, those of you that paint know what gesso means. It just means like a foundation, that helps your paint stick to where you don't have to put multiple layers down, because it just doesn't appear to be sticking very well. But gesso the canvas first, of course, and then I did the background. I did these different colors here until I got them where I wanted them. Down here, got these like I wanted them, and then drew my buildings here and got them as good as I wanted them here. And then just kind of did this little blurry lines here to kind of symbolize, you know, the reflection from the buildings on the water. Okay, and then I got some of those pastels, you know, they're oil pastels, and I used the oil pastels to give me some texture, and it really did a good job. I was really proud of how that turned out. This is on 11 by 14 canvas, and I went out today and sprayed I don't know if you could tell, it's kind of shiny, and put a clear coat on it, a protectant, so now dust won't bother the painting, and you won't see anything fade. It'll last forever now. It's been protected. And so of course, as any artist will tell you, everything's for sale. I don't know a price for this, but if any of you out there really love it, let me know. We'll talk about it. You can put it in the comments or email me at loomingadventure2021 at gmail.com. Sorry, I got stuck with the email anyway. But if you just love looking at it, I'd love to hear your opinion about this particular painting. I just call it Cityscape. That's all I call it. Anyway, on to the next one. This one I call Wounded, for obviously a reason. This one I did around the time that they killed George Floyd. Because it just broke my heart. This is a textured painting. I don't know if you could tell that. It's very textured. And I felt like, what if we all bled black instead of red? Would we really have as much racism in our world if we all bled black instead of red? And so this is Wounded, because I felt wounded because of what those white policemen did to that innocent black man. I felt like they wounded our race by portraying us in that way, because we're not all that way. And forgive me, I get dry mouth really easily because of medication. I'm just going to grab a sip of water. Thank you. Anyway, but this is Wounded. I believe this is on 12 by 24 inch canvas. And of course, if this inspires you and you would like to have it, let me know. We'll negotiate a price. I'm very reasonable in that way. All I ever want from my art is for it to find a good home, and that's the kind of artist I am. If it finds a good home, I'm reasonable on price, and I will ship it to the continental U.S. I can't ship it outside the U.S. because I'm not made of money, but I will ship it if one of you decides you like it this much. But it's very beautiful. I think it's beautiful. It's shiny, of course. It's got the protectant I sprayed on it then. And it's textured, so you can run your hand across these, because I used some modeling paste here, and that gave it a texture. So I really like the drama. It's very dramatic, and that's for a reason. It's meant to be dramatic, because I was feeling very emotional when I painted it, and I wanted it to evoke that emotion. So one more that I'm going to go show you, and then we'll conclude this particular video. This is Blue Horse. I don't know if I can get that in the frame here. This is Blue Horse. This is also a textured painting. This is on 16 by 20, and the mane has been textured with the modeling paste stuff. This one took me probably a couple of weeks to do, because I kept just not being happy with it. But as you can tell, it did turn out very beautiful. I'm very proud of this one. I love the color blue, all colors blue. So you'll see a lot of blue in my paintings, because I just really love the color blue. And then it's got some gold here, just some gold paint here to kind of give it an extra bit. But if you really look carefully at the eye, you can really see the attention to detail that I really am proud of. It really looks like a real horse eye there. So it's really beautiful there. But this one, of course, is for sale. And the nose, oh, that was so difficult to get right. But I'm a little bit of self-critical painter. I will paint over something if it's not to my liking, and I've done so many times. I'll just paint over something, even though someone else may think it's perfect. If I'm not happy, I paint over it and start over. I can't even tell you how many times I've painted over perfectly good paintings just because I didn't like it anymore. But anyway, this is Blue Horse, and that was just done earlier this year, late last year, I think. Yeah, these were all done this year. These are all this year paintings. Oh, just don't pay attention to that fan in the background. My whole room is not exactly spotless, but we've been working on it. Anyhow, that's the video on my most recent paintings. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm always happy to talk about my art. It gets me really pumped and really excited. But I'm so excited to have this channel. Thank you so much, Connie, for the shout out. Just Another Stitch. Y'all really need to check her out. She's really awesome. Please check out Pups and Crochet. She's got she just did a giveaway because she's reached so many subscribers. I'm hoping that you like my content. I'm hoping that you like this video and subscribe. And please, I think I got my comments activated now. I don't know. I'm still new, so please forgive me if I haven't gotten everything in my descriptions and everything. It's going to take me a little while. But this is the video on my most recent paintings. Stay tuned. The next video will be about my first completed looming projects versus my most recent looming projects, and the progression of my talents and how I've improved. So look for that one next. Thank you, and tune back in to Tap Mama and the Beg Brigade. Bye.